So I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about something that Jamal Herring said and something that Gary Rusell Jr. said. I think it's appropriate to say it now. You know, Gary Rusell Jr., he's been saying a lot of seemingly funny, outlandish things, but he really had an essential point behind what he was saying. Gary Rusell Jr. is basically saying to Terrence Crawford, face somebody. Otherwise, if you're going to face nobodies or guys that are washed out, you might as well face me. Very valid point. To Tank, he's saying this. Tank, you're going to face a guy that was in my division that just stepped up in weight, but you won't face me. And don't tell me your fight with me wouldn't be a big fight. So what are you talking about? I'm too small for you, and yet you're going to face Leo. Valid point. Valid point. And then Gary Rusell Jr. said something to Devin Haney, which I find is also valid. He said to Devin Haney, Devin and Bill Haney, if y'all are running the show, better check Mr. Eddie Hearn, your promoter, to make sure that he okay with you guys matching up who you want to match up. Because for some reason, in this whole entire equation, it seems like you ain't getting the fights you want to get because Eddie Hearn's in the mix. So that was his heads up to Devin Haney. He said, put an extra $0.5 million on that. I'm going to take the fight. Now, for the first time listening to Gary Rusell Jr., even though he's saying a lot of outlandish things, he really had a point. And his basic point was, in boxing, you need to see the best face the best. Jamal Herring tried to make a fight with Miguel Berchelt. They had entered into negotiation agreements, whatever, and he won his title. Berchelt had his stuff. He fought, I think, with Berchelt on the same card, same night. He beat his opponent. Berchelt beat his opponent. So he thought the next fight was going to be a clash up with Berchelt and himself. No word from Berchelt, no word from Top Rank. All of a sudden, Oscar Valdez is facing Miguel Berchelt. This is the same thing that Gary Rusell Jr. is basically saying. He's saying that a lot of guys are doing this, but their actions aren't matching up to this talk here. Now, we know shit talk in boxing, but he's saying, his point is, because he's in that position, he's the best featherweight out there. He's saying, why is it I have to be calling out people in my own damn division? Ain't nobody calling me out. His point is very crystal clear. He prefers to see the best possible guys face the best possible guys. That's his major point. And he's checking guys in higher divisions. And he said, so Terrence Crawford, all the other shit talk aside, that's what he's basically saying. Terrence Crawford face somebody, or else face me. He's saying to Devin Haney, check your house. Check out your promoter, Eddie Hearn. Maybe that's the reason you're not getting the fights you want. He's telling Tank, you can't be calling me too small, and you're facing Leo Santa Cruz. And he ducked me in my division. So I think these are very good points, okay? As much as Gary Rusell Jr. may sound crazy and outlandish because he seems to be in a smaller weight class talking out to the guys at the higher weight classes, I hope he gets a good fight at featherweight. Still Josh Warrington down there and a couple other guys down here. He's the number one guy there. All right? So we'll see. But in the meantime, I'm what you did. You guys been watching my channel. If you like this video, don't forget to share, subscribe, donate via Western Union. I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.